Good morning, everyone. As some of you may know, I'm Sia. And just a quick reminder, if maybe you did forget my name. I'm here today to inspire you. I'm here to introduce you to this wonderful world of mastering the keys on your keyboard and making very little use to none of your mouse. So this might come as a shock to you, but does it work? Oh, there we go. This may come as a shock to you, but I'm a software developer or engineer. I think those terms are somewhat interchangeable. And a lot of people ask, what do you do in your job? Well, I'm a front-end developer mostly at Vodacom. I dabble a lot in React and TypeScript. Trying to run away from the JS train. I code as part of my job and as part of a hobby. Now, the people I had the pleasure to meet may know one or two things about me. One of those is that I'm quite lazy. I prefer to be unbothered and I like to do the least amount of work to get the most complex things done. Secondly, I can be quite pedantic. I care a lot about structure and I can be a bit fussy about how certain things are done. For example, the difference between writing in JS or TypeScript. For me, that is a huge difference. Now, it's very difficult for someone who's lazy and also burdened by pedantic tendencies to get things done. But amidst all of that, I still have to function as a normal member of society and be somewhat reliable. Now, if you identify with some or all of these peculiar and bizarre traits that I possess, then you are in luck. Not only are you going to wow your coworkers with your kijitsu and mastery of things like the terminal and keys, but you'll also be able to get things done as the cool and unbothered person you are. Now, one of the most essential parts of a programmer that experts have termed as the zone. The zone is a state of deep focus where a developer is fully immersed in the work. From when they are fully immersed, when you are in the zone, you flow. From seamless code crunching to instantaneous finding and resolving of bugs. The zone is where you unlock your super sane as a programmer. Now, in spite of all of these great qualities as a programmer and all of this enhanced state where you operate at your maximal and most efficient capacity, there lies an enemy just nearby. It lurks around to take your attention and distract you from your focus and sever you from the zone. That enemy is none other than your mouse. Each time you click and move your fingers away, each little instance to open a new tab, each little move, each little drag is adding idle time throughout your day and will decrease how productive and efficient you are. Now, it's not to say that the mouse is inessential. It obviously helps for you to focus on Windows and do certain things faster. And it's almost impossible to be on Windows without the mouse. But excessive use of your mouse can be a downtime on your part. So today I'm here to show you how to master your workflow and be able to operate with minimal use of the mouse. Now I'm going to be using a VS Code to demonstrate this. But skills are transferable from using your Windows PC to being in Chrome, to using Teams, to using any other app. It's just a change of shortcuts, but your skills are transferable and you can apply these techniques anywhere. Now, demo time. We've already started. As you can see, there's a quick shortcut. There's a quick app here that shows which keys I'm pressing. Pay attention to those in case you want to know how I do some of these things. And if you have any questions, please reserve them and I'll show you how you can be more efficient and how you can do certain things you might be curious about. First of all, I'm going to press my Windows key to close my browser. No need to go and maximize or minimize. Then I'm going to press Alt-Tab to go. Oh, I'm going to press my, close this again, Windows key, search for Visual Studio Code, click Enter. It's not maximized. Windows key, up. Now I want to open my previous project. Now this is the part where using a mouse is essential. You just go and click on the workspace you want. Again, this is another way to organize your stuff in VS Code. It's called workspaces. You work on different projects. You work on the front end, the back end, the database. You just group them into workspaces. That is another way to organize. Now, as you can see, I'm clicking on this to open. But the better way in VS Code, Control P, and I want to open my main.js in the complete folder. Enter. I don't need to have to go and click on that and open it. Now the sidebar is a little bit distracting, so I'm just going to close it with Control B. Now there's a few things I want to do. First of all, I want to switch to light mode. Control P Shift, theme, color theme, change to VS Code light. Apologies for this outrageous sin that I've committed, but it is better for presentations to do it in light mode. So the first part is I've intentionally left some mistakes here just to show how to fix them. Number one, you can see a highlighting form unknown word. This is the use of extensions. Please look around by clicking Control Shift X to see your extensions. The one I was using is called Error Lens. It's a very useful tool to highlight the errors so that you don't have to hover anything to see it. Now I'll close my sidebar again. Now, to quickly fix this, you can either use your mouse, hover this, the element that's not that's incorrect, and then quick fix. But the one way I like to do is Control dot and just click form, and it auto-corrected everywhere. Now, I do need the mouse to sort of go throughout the scheme, but I've left an intentional area on line 32, that famous meme. To go to that line, Control G, 32. Now I have it. Now I don't have to drag my mouse like this to get to the end. I can simply disable numlock, click end, and then say 32. And now it is somewhat fixed. If I want to fix the error spelling again, Control click error. Now I will use my mouse to sort of see my overview. For even functions I don't want to see, just simply close them. That's another useful tool in VS Code. Now I want to get to the end of the file. If I was at the beginning of the file, I could just click home and then Control home, Control end. I'm at the end of the file now. And I want to get to line 68. Now you'll notice, I will remove this. Now you'll notice in this function, I wanted to wrap it up in curly braces. The easiest way to do that would be to Control Shift, select everything instead of using your mouse, Control P, wrap with abbreviation, and voila. And now you have seamlessly just allowed yourself to not depend on your mouse. And if you have a touchpad, please use that to focus on stuff rather than having to always drag around and move with your mouse, which is affecting your focus. Now, because time is short, I'll show you the one last thing that can actually help with solving a lot of these issues. Now, to close my tabs, I don't need to go and close it, just Control W, Control W. Oh, wait, I wanted to open that file again. Control Shift T. That's another shortcut. But now I don't want those. I want to go to the next main.js in team projects. Now, this specific file project has Node installed, and I installed an extension called ESLint. ESLint is very great at highlighting various areas. As you can see, we were not able to see var let const before as errors. And if I am in the right one, I will click Control Shift Format. I hope ESLint is installed. But just to check, there we go. It was just loading. Now you can see the various errors with ESLint rather than having to manually check. And if I go to line 4, you can see that it's showing identifier, this and this is incorrect. If I click save, it solves most of the stuff. And for this one, the simple way to do this, you can even do Control D, Control find and replace. Let's do to copy multiple text without having to drag your mouse, Control Shift, copy, find and replace. It is not selecting, but anyway, I can still do it like this. Tab, 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 tab. I will use the mouse for convenience. I know it's sort of controversial, but I just want to move past this quickly. Living in caps. Okay, list EL tab, and I want to change it to list element. This is another shortcut that I'm sure many of us are aware of, but if not, you can simply replace everything all at once. Now, this is a short way to fix everything. Now, there are a lot of these shortcuts. There's a lot of way to fix indentation, to move stuff, tab, 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 or shift tab to move it back. And all of these are essential tools. If you do have any questions, please ask at the end of the talk. But this is just one way to maximize your productivity by simply mastering your keys. Now, again, I will click Alt Tab and go to my other window, Shift window up, and then I will go to slide from current slide. Now, from using this in VS Code, workspaces are similar to tab groups in Chrome, and you still use the same Alt Control tab to navigate throughout all of this, and it's very useful. It also helps you to actually master how to use your shortcuts across your whole device. For example, if I wanted to open up the emoji keyboard in Windows, I just click Windows key and then dot, and then I can put any emoji I want. Obviously here it's not ready to type, but this is the idea behind it. Now, if you want to get started on this, there is a video that shows you how to be productive in VS Code and mastering your keys, and I can share the link if anyone is interested. It's a YouTube video. It's very much more detailed, and it will show you a lot of things on how to do it. But that is the end of my talk. Thank you very much, and if you are interested, there is also a cheat sheet. If I press Control D for all the shortcuts that you have easy access, I have just made it as my background. Thank you, everyone.